We're going to start this flow in standing. Going to make sure we have a neutral pelvic alignment. Our feet should be about a hand's width apart, knees slightly bent, axis forward, growing through the crown of the head. On the first exhale, we're going to move our arms into this low, rounded position. Palms facing the floor, shoulders engaged. As we inhale, we'll raise the arms up to a high V. We'll exhale, we'll bring the arms to chest height. We're going to inhale again, the arms up and extend the neck, and then we'll come to a high arm position. We'll do this for one more breath before we come into our first apnea. So extending and looking up, coming back to that high position, release the air, come into apnea, holding for 6 seconds, keeping the axis forward, growing through the crown of the head. And then on the exhale, we'll lower the arms back down. And then on the next exhale, we're going to step back into a lunge pose. The feet should be parallel. I would say I should be leaning a bit more forward. Going to inhale and exhale and bring the right leg back up. Then on the next exhale, we'll step back with the left leg. Again, I would say I should be leaning a bit more forward, keeping the spine straight. There we go, fix that a little bit. On the next exhale, we'll step back forward with the left, and then we're going to step back with the right. And at the end of this exhale, we will come into apnea here. So go ahead and release the air, come into apnea, and hold this for 6 seconds. Fingertips are spread wide, growing through the crown of the head. Eyes are gazing down at a diagonal. Step forward on the exhale, and then we'll step backwards with the left foot on the next exhale, and we'll come right back into apnea here at the end of that exhale. Fingertips are facing down, growing through the crown of the head, holding this for 6 seconds. And then on the next exhale, we'll step back forward with the left leg, preparing to move into our hinge position. So rounding down a bit on the next exhale. Inhale and exhale around a bit further. Eyes gaze to belly button. Prepare for apnea here. Release the air. Come into apnea. Pressing into the thighs, keeping the axis forward. Weight shifted slightly onto the balls of the feet. We'll inhale, exhale. We'll lower our hands down to the floor. In this position, we'll do a few rounds of inhale here and then exhale and straighten the legs. Inhale as you lower down, exhale as you lift up. The knees remain slightly bent. Again, inhale and lower, exhale and lift. On this next breath cycle, we're going to do an apnea before we lift. So you'll come back down, inhale through the ribs, exhale fully, release the air, come into apnea, lift the hips during the apnea, holding for 6 seconds. Then we'll inhale and exhale and lower down to our hands and knees. On the next exhale, we'll raise up to our tall kneeling position. The arms will stay at chest height here. We'll do 2 more breaths, so inhaling, expanding the rib cage, keeping the arms rounded and active. The fingertips should be in line with the shoulder. At the end of this exhale, we're going to prepare for the apnea. So inhale, exhale, release the air, come into apnea, and raise the arms up overhead during apnea, keeping the hands spread wide apart, growing through the crown of your head, keeping axis slightly forward. We'll inhale and exhale and round down back to the floor. On the next exhale, we're going to transition down to our forearms, with our arms in a triangle above the head and the head barely resting lightly on the floor. We'll do 2 more breath cycles here, so inhale and expand the ribs, and exhale slowly. Inhale for 1 more breath, exhale fully and prepare for the vacuum. Release the air, come into apnea. We'll hold this for 6-second hold. On the exhale, we'll come up to rest our forearms on the ground with the elbows underneath the shoulders. We'll inhale, and on the next exhale, we're going to slide the left leg straight back, keeping the toe on the ground, trying to keep the hips level. We'll do another breath cycle here, and then we'll come into apnea. So inhale, then exhale fully, release the air, prepare for vacuum, come into apnea, and hold that for a 6-second hold. And then on the exhale, you'll slide the left leg back down, and we'll repeat the same on the right leg. So inhale, And on your exhale, we'll slide the right leg straight back. We'll do another breath cycle here. Inhale through the ribs. Exhale fully, release the air, prepare for apnea. Come into apnea and hold for a 6-second hold. And then at the end of that, you'll inhale, exhale, and bring the right leg back down. On the next exhale, we'll transition back to the seated pose. Might take a couple breaths to get here. We'll do 3 breath cycles here. Breathing slowly, expanding the ribcage in all directions. Remember that our breathing is nice and slow. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We'll do 1 more breath cycle here, and then we'll come into apnea. So inhale, expanding the ribs, exhale and grow, release the air, come into apnea, and during this apnea, raise the right arm up to chest height. And press into the left thigh with the left hand to grow. You'll inhale and exhale the arm back down. We'll do 1 rest breath here, and then we'll come back into apnea. So inhale, and then exhale, fully release the air, come into apnea. This time you'll raise the arm up high overhead during apnea. Holding for 6 seconds, pressing with the left hand into the thigh. Exhale and come back down. We'll repeat this with the left arm, with just 1 breath between. So inhale and exhale fully, come back into apnea. Raise the left arm to chest height. Pressing with the right hand into the right thigh. Inhale and exhale, lower the arm back down. 1 breath between. So inhale, exhale fully, release the air, come into apnea. And now this time you'll raise the left hand up overhead during apnea. Pressing the right hand into the thigh, growing through the crown of the head, elongating the space. Inhale, exhale, return the left arm back down. And now we'll transition to lying down, making sure to move on your exhales. We'll start here with the right ankle crossed over the left ankle, and the right hand will be underneath the left hand. We'll go through 2 more breath cycles. So inhaling, allowing the ribs to expand. After this second breath cycle, we'll prepare for the vacuum. So exhale fully, release the air, come into apnea. And during apnea, you'll raise the arms up overhead, making sure that the back doesn't lift from the floor. On the exhale, you'll bring the arms back to chest height, and we'll come straight back into apnea after this next breath. Come to apnea, bring the arms back overhead. Now you're going to slowly roll over to your left side, rolling first with your hips and lastly the upper body during apnea. Now inhale, exhale, and you'll slowly unroll, starting with the arms and ending with the legs. And we'll repeat the same sequence, the left ankle over the right and the left hand underneath the right. The arms should be at chest height here. We'll do 2 breath cycles, so inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, exhale fully, release the air, come back into apnea, and raise the arms up overhead during apnea. Bring the arms back to chest height on the exhale, and remember this time we'll roll to our right side. So you'll inhale and exhale for 1 more breath, come right back into apnea, bring the arms up overhead, and we'll slowly roll to the right, leading with the legs, ending with the arms, holding for a few seconds here, and then on the exhale we'll roll back, starting with the upper body, ending with the lower body. A nice slow roll here. And that will be the end of this flow. Feel free to lie here for as long as you'd like, remembering that you are fearfully and wonderfully and perfectly made for things that only you are created to do here on this earth. I will read the scripture over you, that Christ will make his home in your heart as you trust in him. Your roots will grow down deep into God's love and keep you strong. And may you have the power to understand, as all God's people should, how wide, how long, how high, and how deep his love is. This is the second video from this level 2 video series, so make sure to subscribe to watch for upcoming videos that will be progressing in the level 2 and then also to eventually level 3. Hope you enjoyed this level 2 flow, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining. Sierra. I'm a women's health physical therapist and I am trained in low pressure fitness. I've completed all 3 levels of low pressure fitness training. This is a level 2 video series, kind of transitioning from level 1 to level 2. And the difference between level 1 and level 2 is the poses are a bit more dynamic. So there's a little more arm movements, spinal mobility, more asymmetrical movements in these poses, which can really help with diastasis and training those obliques to help strengthen the core. Low pressure fitness is designed to use the breath and the posture to reduce pressure in the intra-abdominal cavity and help to involuntarily engage the pelvic floor muscles and the deep core muscles, and can really be a great type of exercise for postpartum recovery, but really for anyone who's looking to strengthen their core, work on posture, and just train the body in a really functional way. I hope you enjoyed these videos. Please reach out for any questions and look for more videos in the future. Also, please subscribe to this channel to stay in the loop for upcoming videos. I will be progressing from level 2 to level 3, but for now, enjoy these level 2 workouts.